Hello everyone, welcome to TOUCHSTARVED. I was scrolling around on itch.io as I do, and I found this one, and it looks really sleek, really fun. I think it's a romance, dark, horror-esque visual novel, where you get to just smooch a couple guys, or I'm wrong, I don't know. But I'm excited to play it. This is just disclaimers, hold on. It's the prologue, so it's a demo. And when it comes out, I'm gonna buy it. Oh, okay, good to know, Oh. It's not a finished product, thank you. Oh, and it's made by Red Spring Studios. Okay, so content warning, TOUCHSTARVED is intended for older audiences. It contains mature content that includes, but not limited to, horror, graphic violence, strong language, alcohol and drug references, injury, and dismemberment. Player discretion is advised. If you accept the content warning, please click to proceed. Oh, okay. Which, I need it. Okay, never mind. I was gonna try to turn the music down. Hold on. In TOUCHSTARVED, your choices matter. The decisions you make may result in unique dialogue, interactions, or even choices in red text, which could contain exclusive content. Ooh. Try playing through the demo more than once, and choosing different options, you might even uncover a secret ending. And remember, there are no wrong choices, only interesting ones. Choose wisely and save often. Ugh, save often, please. Okay. Rewind. Yes! Yes! Oh, okay. Cool. So I can look at all the pretty art. Yeah, you know what we're naming ourselves. Let's go. Oh, choose your pronouns. You know we love a good pronoun choice. Hold on. Options. No! You know, I don't think I have to do that because I'm not monetized, so it really doesn't matter. But I'm gonna do it anyways. And then, again, the prologue's free, so if you want to look at it and hear the music, you can just go get it. It's on Steam, too, so just whatever. This world began to unravel long before you were born. Ooh. It began with fogfall. Spectral mist bled from the seams where reality wore. It's so thin, it split. And from that fog emerged monsters. Inhuman beings with unnatural powers. Some possessed language and intellect. Others were mindless beasts, driven by little more than the desire to slaughter. As cities fell and unrest spread, humans united in their fear, while monsters thrived in chaos. And then there's you. A little guy! I'm playing. Not really. You're not even sure if you're human. You were born cursed, with hands that altered the minds of anyone you touched. Choose your backstory. Choose my backstory. Stop. Ooh. Okay. The unnamed. Well, now I feel like I should find music or something to fill the background. Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do dorky. Okay, this is what I've chosen. Because why not? I was aiming for something a little more spectrally, like scary. This is what I got, and it's too much of a vibe, so this is what we're gonna do. Okay, so the unnamed, a fallen oracle. You were raised as an oracle in the remote temple. The priests claimed your touch bestowed enlightenment, but a visiting mage revealed your curse for what it is. Following the mage's words, you fled in search of the Psenomium. Okay. You regularly experience unnatural phenomenon that rattle your body and soul. An innate sixth sense gives you a heightened awareness of hidden supernatural presences around you. Oh, that's cool. Okay. That's fun. We like that. The Hound, a forsaken thief. The music's so silly. Why did I pick this? Whatever. You're raised by society's outcasts. Criminals who accepted you when no one else would. Your partner in crime, a friend since childhood, helped you steal enough money for a cure, then betrayed you. Oh, nerd. They left you with only enough coin to travel to the Sibonian, your last hope. You have sharply honed social intuition and can survive and even thrive in the violent underbelly of any city, using your experience with the underworld to get ahead. This one, I'm honestly thinking about this one. I always like these vibes. An exiled Cenobian mage took you in as a child, raising you as her apprentice. She seemed to take pity on your curse, but you discovered that she was cultivating you as a test subject. Yeah, it sounds about right. You fled to the Sibonian, seeking a cure. You're an experienced spellcaster with an encyclopedic knowledge of alchemy, spellcraft, and history. With a little observation, you can identify the subtle effects of magic. These ones are interesting, because the social stuff I feel like is really helpful. This is probably a slay and a half. This is not something I'm really worried about. These two a little more. I like that one. I think I like this one. And we'll switch it up if I play it again. We'll see. Your name is Kay. You selected they, them pronouns, and your backstory is their hound. Is that correct? Yeah. Yeah, it is. And what's up? Oh, cute art. The wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. There's nothing out here but death. The ever-present stench of decay and countless sun-bleached bones cast the seeds across the barren land. I could say death doesn't scare me, but to tell the truth, I'm desperate. It's been 2 weeks since I joined a caravan bound across the wastes. Finding a group that would accept me was a trial in itself. As rations grew sparse, my canteen ran dry. I began to despair. But then I saw it. It's big. Ooh. Aridia, the city of knowledge. One of the last bastions of humanity left in the world. And home to the famous academy they called Cenobium. Fun. That's where we're supposed to go then. All the world's knowledge gathered in one place. If there's anywhere I'll find a cure for my curse, it's there. What's my curse? Did we, say what it was? We haven't, right? Okay. All that stands between me and a cure is the final stretch of salt-soaked wastes. Or so I think, until I see the first tendrils of fog snaking beneath the wagon. What? Is this fogfall? My stomach sinks at the very whisper of it, a silent storm more devastating than fire. Dangerous in cities, but a death sentence beyond them. A thick blanket of fog engulfs us, smothering out Lantern's light. The wagon lurches to a stop. An eerie silence, heavy as the mist falls over us. The only warning we get is a strangled scream. Stay back, no! The cry dissolves into a wet gurgling. Oh god. Slay! And then the wagon violently pitches to the side. I hit the ground, the air punched from my lungs. When I opened my eyes, adrenaline lends sudden, awful clarity to the carnage around me. Oh no, what happened? A trader I once shared bread with lies face down in the mud, their back reduced to long strings of torn muscle, gleaming gristle, and exposed bone. Bodies littered the wasteland. Oh, cool, like a little shape. I try to rise, but my ankle explodes with pain so blinding. White blossoms across my vision. Only when my eyes adjust do I see the dark shape in front of me. Look at him! He's kind of cute. Oh. A soulless stoops over the twisted form of a... Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Let me lock in. Okay. Over the twisted form of a caravaner. I freeze, but it swivels its head, a dozen bulging eyes twisting in my direction, and it blinks as one. Cool. Ow. The soulless lets out an ear-splitting shriek and runs at me. But right before it reaches me, the beast barrels past, vanishing into the mist. Distantly, a horse screams in the dark. I need to move now. Well, the wagon's, destroyed, isn't it? Yeah, we just need to go. We just need to go. I take off running deeper into the haze. The fog is so thick that, oh right, we're in a bunch of fog. Well, the fog is so thick that I fear I'm headed in the wrong direction until I see a dim pinprick of light emanating from the shadows of a spire. It's faint, but it's enough. I came too far to die here. Rapid footsteps echo all around me. I turn in circles, frantically searching the opaque mist for the source, but the fogfall twists and stretches the sound. Suddenly, the caravanner's driver bursts to the forth from the fog. Our eyes meet too late. He slams into me, knocking me to the ground, and slips in a patch of mud. The soulless falls on him, and soon as he slows. Oh, so we got caught. It catches the driver by his throat and rakes his stomach with a razor-sharp claws. Oh, dang, crazy. He comes apart like wet paper, spilling intestines and viscera in a steaming tide. Gross. Fighting the urge to heave, I claw frantically through the slippery muck for a handhold. Oh, I think I chose the wrong option. Shit. My hand catches on the jagged edge of a rib jutting up from the water. Bandages unfurl around the gouge torn deep into my palm. The pain's quickly forgotten when a hand closes around my wrist. Hi. Can you stand? Hello, man. Why am I bleeding gold? One of the travelers in my caravan leans over me. We need to run. Is this my curse? They reach for my hand and I realize too late that my bandages have come undone. No, don't touch me. The sensation of their thumb brushing the back of my hand sends a shiver down my spine. All it takes is one touch, and the space of breath my curse takes hold. Oh. Their lips peel back into a deranged grin. No, I've seen this face countless times before. This is my curse, madness of my own making. Their grip on my hand tightens until pain radiates from my knuckles. Suddenly, clammy hands rush to my throat, choking off my breath. Dang, rude. Die. Spit bubble. Oh, guys, I think I chose the wrong option. We've been playing this for 2 seconds. I'm already killing us. Dang it. Spit bubbles at the corners of their mouth, flex my face. He's creepy. The edges of my vision darken as my lungs scream for air. Probably fight them off. You can't really speak right now. My nails gouge deep into the traveler's wrists, but no matter how much blood I draw, they don't flinch. The more I struggle, the tighter their grip grows. My pulse hammers in my ears, slowing with each thudding beat. This can't be happening. I'm gonna die, and not because of the fogfall or the solace, but because of my own curse. Tears stinging my eyes. No, not here, not like this. Dang, R.I.P. I killed us again. The hands drop from my neck, leaving me wheezing for air. My lungs burn with each ragged cough. My vision clears, and the traveler's face takes shape, hovering inches from mine, the lips still split in that macabre smile. Even as blood seeps between their teeth, they give one last shuddering breath and then slump over the claws hooked through their stomach. Oh, thank goodness. Thanks, girl. Period. Honestly, saved my life. Kiss, kiss. I mean, what? The soulless shoves the body aside. The glowing eyes studding its leathery skin thin, as though grinning. There's a flash of claws. Red spills across my vision. I thought there'd be pain, but as I sink into the murky water, all I can feel is the grit of slit filling my mouth and the icy embrace of the shallow water. Distantly, I noticed an arm resting among the outcrops of the reed, mine, neatly severed at the elbow. I should have taken both arms. Without them, maybe I could have survived. Maybe I could have had a home. I didn't take an arm. Instead, I'd die, cold, alone, and face down in the desolate wasteland. Dang, R.I.P. A fitting end for a monstrosity like me. Yo, would I just kill us? What? That's crazy. If this is death, it's not as bad as I feared. The cold is gone, as is the choking stench of the bog water. I could drift forever, cocooned in oblivion, until all thought and sensation vanished. No cursed, nobody howling at me in madness and terror, nothing at all. The thought has a terrible appeal to it. But the next moment I take a reflexive breath. Air pours into my lungs and then out again in a ragged gasp. Ugh. Feeling comes flooding back. Warm cloth on my bare skin, a firm surface underneath me, a strange tang of sulfur in the air. Do not be afraid. Slay. Mark, what? What? A fine person? Hello. Melanin goes crazy like that. I twist my head towards the voice. Tears flood my bleary vision at the bright glow of lamplight. Try not to move. The voice is calm, steady, and commanding. But more importantly, it's a stranger's voice. One thought cuts through my mental fog. I have no idea who this is, and I'm completely at their mercy. Stay away from me. My words come out a little more than a creaky whisper. Oh, my bad. I clamp my mouth shut, hating how weak and helpless I sound. No. No? Who the hell is this? I'll slide back down. I don't think I'm feeling good anyways. I let myself slump against the thin pillow, wincing when the motion jolts my head. Ah, a cooperative patient. Thank you. The words swim in one ear and out the other without much comprehension. I pull the sheet up higher, wiping my eyes until my vision's clearer. Pretty. What? The stranger towers over my prone form. Warm light reflects off his pristine medical coat. Oh, he said, oh, okay. I instinctively shrink back, and that's when I notice that I'm completely naked except for a thin linen sheet. Naked, lying on a low cot, with a pair of sharp golden eyes watching my every move. The man's gaze flickers to my exposed, unbandaged hands. I plunge my hands under the sheets to hide them from sight, though it's too late. He must have noticed what they look like. Strange, cursed, inhuman. I brace myself for his inevitable suspicion and disgust, but his expression doesn't even flicker from that courteous smile. He just watches in placid silence as I struggle to make any sense of my surroundings. Where am I? Who are you? Be calm. You are safe here. Whoever this is, he clearly has no idea who or what I am. I've never been safe anywhere with anyone. The only people I ever trusted betrayed me for a fat purse of coin. I scowl, pulling the sheet protectively around myself. Where are my clothes? The man's golden eyes narrow slightly. A sharp sigh rustles the papers in his hands. I see you are not to be dissuaded. Your clothes were torn to shreds when I found you, but I procured replacements. Thanks. Are they stylish? He's like, no. With a soft creak, he stands from his chair, giving me a better view of my surroundings. Dude, the line art on this is crazy. I want to draw backgrounds like this so bad. It looks so good. I seem to be in some sort of medical clinic. Bottles of silvery alchemical concoctions line the counters in neat rows. The air makes my nose twitch, a faint whiff of smoke and something distinctly metallic that I can't quite place. Oh, he's pretty. He's pretty! The doctor procures a large, dense bundle of cloth, which he sets at the foot of my cot. He's easily a head taller than most, and I have to crane my neck to look at him. Thanks. I should be polite if I can, especially since I don't know who this is and what he can do, or what he wants with me. Thank you. You are welcome. I will leave you to get dressed. Thanks! That's nice of you. With a curt nod, he leaves through the narrow door. I hear a soft click as the lock turns behind him. I count to 3 in sudden silence. When I don't hear any more footsteps, I reach for the bundle of clothes. An itch on my elbow stops me short. I reach down absently to rub at it, and then freeze when my fingers lead a neat line of stitches. Oh yeah, I had my arm taken off. I know what I saw. That beast took my arm clean off, and yet my arm shows no sign of injury apart from the black stitches poking through my skin. I gingerly flexed my fingers, feeling my heart race at the sensation. This is impossible. I should be dead, or at the very least, gasping out my last breaths. I squeezed my eyes shut, waiting for the pleasant dream to unravel, to wake up bleeding out in the swamp. But nothing happens. Seconds tick by, and my arm remains resolutely healed. My surroundings pristine and quiet. Sorry, the music switched to being silly little guy energy again. In numb disbelief, I reach for the replacement clothes and begin stiffly pulling on them. They're thicker and warmer than mine were, with a black woolen cloak to go along with them. But there's one thing still missing, my bandages. The golden-eyed man didn't leave me with any, even though I know he saw my hands. I slide off the bed, take a few unsteady steps towards one of the drawers. If this is indeed a doctor's clinic, there must be bandages somewhere. I start opening drawers at random, and of course, that's when the door swings open once more. Are you looking for something? I whirl around, clutching a thick roll of clean bandages. I try to step back from him, but my legs bump up against the edge of the cot. Your caution is understandable, though. If I meant you any harm, you would know. Also, you probably would have already done it since we were knocked out. That doesn't make me feel any better in the slightest, but he makes no move towards me, so I quickly wind the bandages around my hands. The glowing scars and molted skin disappear under the layer of clean white cotton. May I ask why you need additional bandages? I clench my jaw. I knew it would only be a matter of time before he asked about my hands. Though the way he does it is strangely roundabout. I'll just decline. Well, that's a very personal question, and I don't really want to answer. Is that so? Surely you realize that I can only help if you tell me what ails you. Oop, my bad. No! My bad. Okay, slay. An involuntary snort of laughter escaped me. Where would I even begin? Would he believe me if I told him? No, best to keep my curse to myself for now, and learn more about him first. Who are you? You may call me Curse. And where exactly am I? Aridia, which I assume was your caravan's destination. I can think of nowhere else a group of travelers to go. Aridia, so I made it to the City of Knowledge after all. I should feel relieved, but all I can manage is a vague sense of increasing unease. How did I end up here? Sorry, as per usual, my throat is acting up again. I brought you to my clinic, of course. You were the only survivor from the caravan, barely clinging to your life. You needed immediate treatment. Which you provided? Yes. He says it so simply, as if I'm a small child and he's explaining basic addition to me. I frown and flex my fingers on my recently healed arm. Aside from being a bit stiff, it feels fine, thoroughly attached to me. You're saying that you stitched my arm back on? Pardon. A soulless attacked the caravan. It ripped everyone to shreds. It tore my arm clean off. But when I woke up here, I trail off, bewildered. I've never heard of any kind of magic that could heal a mortal wound like that. What kind of person could do such a thing? The Dr. Curris pinches the bridge of his nose. He sits back down in his chair, quiet for a long time. I do not know where you come from, but Aridia is the city of knowledge. And deadly secrets alike. Information is power. It is most unwise to give or receive it freely. So why are you asking me questions? Why are you asking me questions, nerd? Since you have refused to divulge your secrets, I will not divulge mine. I do not even know your name. You are new to Aridia, so I will overlook the specific breach of etiquette. Etiquette? Why'd I say it like that? However, you should not expect others to extend the same courtesy. Do you understand? He looks pointedly at my freshly bandaged hands. Loath though I am... Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Loath though I am to admit it, he has a point. I'm also a complete stranger to him, and if he's telling the truth, he saved my life. I take a deep, steadying breath. This time, when I speak, it sounds a bit more like myself. Kay. My name is Kay. It is a pleasure to meet you, Kay. There's a little more warmth in his smile. His polite demeanor is back in an instant. Thanks for saving me. Thank you for saving my life. I chance a smile in return. Even if he won't explain how he did the impossible, there's no doubt in my mind that I'd be dead if not for Chris. Think nothing of it. I'm not sure he's being excessively courteous, but his words only raise more urgent questions. But I have to ask, why did you save me? You don't know me. The question seems to startle Chris. I could hardly leave you to die in the wastes. Assisting those in need is the very essence of a doctor's duty. I've never met a doctor who also handed out free clothes. My fingers find the edge of the cloak. There was a subtle but delicately embroidered pattern around the hem. I try not to think about what kind of price Chris might ask for such well-made clothes. No, I suppose not. Forgive my presumptions. I rarely come across so fascinating a patient. I blink. What did he just say? I simply meant that few would cling to life so resolutely or brave such as a perilous journey to Iridia. I could not help being curious about you, Kay. Slay. I am dying right now. Hello? The mucus in my throat's going crazy. This does not happen until I record, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't talk a lot. His voice dips to a soft murmur. He abruptly looks away from me. What did he say? I actually forgot what he said. Oh, okay, yeah. You're pretty curious yourself. Am I? Well, I haven't forgotten about my arm. I wiggle my intact fingers at him. Clearly not. But you haven't asked me for any payment either. I require none from you. Travelers do not have an abundance of coin, and it would be unethical to leave you destitute in a strange place. I mean, that's a slay. I fall silent, unsure of what to say to that. Nobody would help a horror like me for free. There has to be some kind of catch or trick, right? A loud knock at the door stops our conversation cold and spares me from having to say anything else. Duty calls. Unfortunately, you are not my only patient today. The knocking grows more insistent, and Kuros lets out a loud, tired sigh. Please wait your turn. Though he says it quietly, the clamor on the other side of the door abruptly stops. Do you need anything before you leave, Kay? Oh. Between the soulless attack and my miraculous survival, I'd almost forgotten why I'd come to Iridia in the first place. I need directions to the cenobium. The cenobium? The look on his face is downright chilling. He pauses, choosing his words with cold deliberation when he speaks again. I really should have picked something more, spooky for the background music instead of, pure... This is like Halloween Town. Why did I pick Halloween Town? I mean, it's funny, but I don't think it matches the vibes. Look at this, anatomy poster. That's so cool. That's so cool. You can see all the muscles and the hearts and the bones and stuff. It's sick. Whatever you seek, it's very unlikely you'll find it there. The cenobium gates open for a precious few visitors. Even if they did, you would not like what you found inside. My heart sinks. Is he saying that I came all this way for nothing? Risked life and limb for nothing? No, that can't be. I only just arrived, and Iridia is the largest city still standing. There has to be a cure for me here. If not the cenobium, then where would you suggest? Do you know anyone else in Iridia? I shake my head. Then I suggest a local guide. Head to the Wet Wick and ask for... Leander? Sorry. There's a reason I'm saying it like that. I was surprised to see it. Excuse me, the wet what? The Wet Wick. He sounds deeply unamused. Follow the postings advertising Leander's bloodhounds. They are difficult to miss. When you meet Leander, tell him I sent you. That isn't much to go on, but Kuros keeps pointing towards the clinic's back door. You will be safe so long as you don't draw attention to yourself. That's easier said than done. I've always been a magnet for the worst sorts of attention. If you require my assistance, you may return whenever you wish. Though he's smiling, there's a note of finality in his voice. Resigned to my dismissal, I slip out the back door. I find myself standing in a narrow and rather gloomy alley. I pull the new cloak up over my nose, stepping over the contents of chamber pots that have been emptied into the streets. Something weighs heavily inside one of the cloak pockets. My coin purse. Everything is still inside. Every last coin that I'd scraped together for the journey to Iridia. It doesn't even look like it was opened. There were so few coins to begin with. They're probably not even worth stealing. I glance back at the clinic's doors. Curris didn't take any payment. He didn't even ask for a future favor. But he also said that in Iridia, secrets are power. Does he expect me to give up mine at some point? Maybe it's the head empty trusting person in me. I'd end up just doing it. I would just do it. I don't know. Bad idea, but whatever. That's not exactly a comforting thought. Still, no matter why he did it, Curtis gave me a second chance and a lead on where I might find help. I'd better get going before he changes his mind. I squeeze out of the alley and into the crowded main streets. Oh, let me save. They said to save a lot, and I didn't. The line outside Curris's clinic stretches down the road already. Two thin peddlers queue alongside weathered elders. If any place is in desperate need of a free clinic, it's this one. The cobblestones are treacherously rough under my feet, deep grooves worn between them by regular flooding and decades of harsh use. I knew Iridia was a river city, but I didn't expect it to look so eroded. The buildings are tired and dilapidated, all cramming together in the narrow streets. A child darts by, clutching something greasy wrapped in paper. The smell of fried food drifts over me. My stomach gives a faint gurgle. This morning's catch, fried up, hot and fresh. Not many eyeballs today. I don't know why I gave him that voice, but I did. That sounds disgusting. But I'm starving, so I duck my head under the stall's grubby awning. A large fish leers up at me, its three bulging eyes, still visible through the thick layer of crispy batter. The vendor gives me a gap-toothed grin. I need to remember this is like a magic world, so that's more, look at all the buildings, architecture, perspective, beautiful, gorgeous, slay. Anytime I see perspective, I'm just gonna nerd out and be like, one day I'll be able to do it too. What's the cheapest thing you've got? The vendor points to a metal basket of what looks like long strips of savory fried dough. Fresh long, lads. 3 copper apiece. Don't burn your mouth. I take the coins out, counting them gingerly. At this rate, I might not even be able to afford dinner. I reluctantly drop the payment on the counter and take my meal. Pretty, pretty, pretty. 2 streets later, I pass under a wrought iron archway, adorned with dangling garlands of red and pink lilies. The buildings in this quarter are a dizzying riot of colors, painted walls and tinted glass everywhere I look. Sheer red and pink curtains flutter in open doorways. Musical voices call out invitingly. Incense mingles with the pungent scent of flowers, barely covering the salt and musk of warm bodies. This must be Iridia's entertainment district. I'm polishing off my food and dusting the crumbs from my hands when I spot a poster. Where? I don't see anything. Where? Maybe it's not there. Oh. I don't know how to bring it back. How do I bring it back? There we go. I read the instructions, but apparently I didn't register them. It features the silhouette of a smiling man wearing a single dagger-like earring and the word Bloodhounds printed above his head. A motto, as above, so below, circles the artwork. If Leander is the leader of the Bloodhounds, then the face printed on the poster is likely his. I follow the line of identical posters around the corner and nearly hit my head on a precarious dangling wooden sign. Looking up, faded orange letters read, "The Wet Wick." The facade of the old building looks like it's seen better days, but I hear a faint music and laughter coming from inside, so it's like a bar or something. Oh. That answered my question. It is indeed like a bar or something. Oh, hold on. Options. There we go. Slay. I was like, okay. Rabble, rabble, rabble. It's loud in here. The inside of this bar... Why'd I say it like that? The inside of the bar is a far cry from the abandoned exterior. It's not even midday, yet most of the tables and booths are occupied by a loose assembly of people in mismatching green cloaks. There's a lot you can tell about a city by its dives. This one seems ordinary enough, even if the uniforms are unusual. A cursory glance doesn't turn up anyone with a dagger-shaped earring. I'm about to head towards the counter when a chant rises from the center of the room. Show! 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 The remaining green cloaks abandon the bar, and their booths to rush towards the center of the room in a sudden torrent. There's no time to move out of the way. I'm caught, swept along with the others, in the ale-stench current. Hey! Rhythmic chanting drowns out my voice. I thrash, throwing out my elbows as the press of bodies grows heavier. My hips knock into a table. I grip it, holding on tight to steady myself. But the crowd is stilled. The chanting stopped. A pair of gilded boots stride across the tabletop. Don't walk on the tables. I don't care how hot you may or may not be. What? Seriously, you dogs again? Scattered laughter and cheers rise from the audience. I drag my eyes upwards. Hey, that's that guy we were looking for. He's pretty. A well-dressed man stands on the table in front of me, his broad shoulders framed by thick lapels of a trench coat. Tuh. This is really the last time, all right. This time when he speaks, the audience falls silent, as though somehow the music, when it changes, is kind of fitting sometimes. It's giving hot girl music, you know what I mean? As though bewitched by his magnetic presence of rich, low... What? Oh yeah, or by his rich, low voice. But nothing is as captivating as his smile. He beams at the crowd around him, a performer on his makeshift stage. Don't blink or you'll miss it. He laughs, and the dagger-shaped earring dangling from his left ear catches the light in the flash of gold. It would seem I found Leander. Yeah, he's pretty. He raises his hand above the audience and snaps. A flash of pale green light, real magic. No ordinary stage trick blinds me. Oh, pretty! As the brilliance ebbs, my gaze refocuses on the mage towering above me. He flicks his wrist, and the magic spiraling around him. Oh, it's gone. Where'd it go? I don't know how to say that. So, hold on. I'm trying to figure out where I was. Hold on. Okay, great. The scrolling's gonna get me. A delicate stem sprouts from between his pinched fingers, one by one. Glowing lily petals spring forth. Oh, that's so pretty. With a flourish, the mage presents the conjured flowers. The audience bursts into clapping and cheers. A genuine magic show was the last thing I expected from a place called the Wet Wick. I don't know what I would expect from a place called the Wet Wick. Probably not a lot. Not in like I don't expect much, like I would not have expectations. I know it's probably like a what's it called? A entendre or some shit. I don't know. It's something that I don't actually know what they're trying to say, even though it's probably like a common thing that everyone knows. Leander plucks the iridescent bouquet out of the air and turns in a slow circle, giving his audience a good look. Now, who could use some good luck? Eager onlookers scoot closer to the table, some reaching for the lilies while others whistle and call Leander's name. But his cool green eyes slide right over them, locking on me instead. How about you? My chest tightens. Every person gathered turns to stare at me. Sure. I reach out, all too aware of the way my fingers tremble as I carefully take the flowers from him. There's no weight to them, only a faint warmth that radiates from the stems. As soon as the flowers leave Leander's hands, their light dims. They fade away in a shower of opalescent light. To my surprise, Leander laughs under his breath. That's the problem with flowers. They don't last long, but they leave an impression, right? He grins at me, and I find myself smiling back. He's gonna annoy me. I mean, he's hot. Bark. What? He's talking right now. Stop, guys. Guys. Be respectful. Leander steps off the table, dropping among the excited crowd with an audible clink. All right, bloodhounds, get back to your drink. Show's over. The green cloaks disperse at his command, returning to their tables and booths. Before I can make my way towards Leander, his eyes find me. He gives me a friendly wave, and then beckons me over to the crowded counter. I manage to squeeze beside him, but there's so little room that his broad shoulders press against mine. I tense, but he doesn't seem to mind at all. Is this your first time in Iridia? He says it lightly, with a genuine air of curiosity. I kind of made him sound like an ass, I'm gonna be honest. My bad. Do I stick out that much? No, but I'm certain I'd remember seeing a face as lovely as yours around Blowtown. My eyes flickered to the polished countertop. I'm not used to flattery, and being this close makes eye contact difficult. As if on cue, the bartender approaches us. What can I get you? Surprise me, and add anything my friend wants to my tab. I wasn't expecting the generosity, but I have to admit, I do feel a little thirsty after all that fried dough. Water's good. Water's fine. While the bartender leaves to fix our drinks, Leander leans his elbow on the counter. I'm close enough to notice the purple shadow under his lower lids. Yeah, you're right, I do see that. His eyes wander over me in return, and when they lock onto my bandaged hands, a sour taste rises in my throat. Here comes the questions. So what brings you to the Wick? Curris sent me. He pushes his hair back from his forehead, but immediately falls right back into place, and I bet it's hot when he does it. What? So it's about work. The bartender pushes a pair of glasses our way. I don't realize how thirsty I am until the cool water touches my lips. I drain the water in a single gulp. That's crazy, girl. That was crazy. Leander takes a deep swig of his beer and lets out a satisfied breath. How can I be of assistance? I need to get to the cenobium. As soon as the word cenobium leaves my mouth, the entire bar falls silent. Bloodhounds twist around in their seats to gawk openly. Finally, an especially drunk one speaks up. The hell are you bringing up the cenobium in here? Throw him out. This is bloodhound territory. The vitriol catches me off guard. From the angry looks thrown my way, it's clear I've broken some unspoken rule by just mentioning the cenobium. When I glance at Leander, he's drinking, as though he hasn't noticed the uproar. Only when he catches me looking does he lower his glass. For the love of... He drags his hand down his face, and I bet it's hot when he does it. What? Who's talking right now? Hey, keep it down, will you? This is business. I tense, expecting an argument, but the outspoken bloodhounds silently return to their drinks. Only a handful continue to watch me warily. Sorry about them. The cenobium's a bit of a touchy subject in these parts. Mix in enough drinks and, well, you know, you saw. And how about we continue this outside? When I give him a terse nod, he pushes away from the bar counter. And I bet he's on when he does it. What? I'll be quiet. I follow Leander into an alleyway tucked behind the wet wick, where layers of frayed bloodhounds posters have been plastered to the walls. Seeing them side by side, the resemblance between Leander and his likeness on the posters is impressive. Curris didn't send you here for help with the cenobium, did he? Bark, what? From the look he gives me, he already knows the answer. I glance away. No, he didn't. He suggested I find an alternative. Yet here you are, asking about them anyway. What do you need the cenobium for? I don't want to tell him about my curse. The less people know about my capabilities, the better. Thankfully, Leander takes my reluctant silence as the answer. Well, I see that you're already aware of this city's currency. Information's worth its weight in gold here. Bark, what? Curse told you the truth. The cenobium is dangerous. Get on their bad side and they'll imprison you, if you're lucky, or torture you if you're not. But the cenobium's supposed to be a place of learning, a sanctuary. The cenobium has always been heralded as the last bastion of human knowledge, a shining beacon of hope in the world steeped in nightmares. If any place held answers, it would be the Cenobium. That's why I came here. That's what they want you to think, but that seems too good to be true. Wait, what? Oh, things that seem too good to be true often are just that. Simple, such a simple statement, and yet it leaves me reeling. If it's true, if I staked everything on a lie, then what now? Leander clears his throat. Me trying to clear my throat, but it's not working out. But as I always say, there's solutions to every problem, and alternatives to every solution. He claps his hand and turns with a brilliant smile. That's why Curus pointed you to the Bloodhounds. Let us help you. Whether it's hunting soulless, finding people, or recovering stolen valuables, we can do it all, and free of charge. Bark. Charitable hot man. Bark. I'm shaking my head before he's even finished his practiced speech. My patience is wearing dangerously thin. Oh. Apparently our patience is wearing dangerously thin. I did not know that. Listen, I appreciate the offer, but my problems can't be solved by a group of good Samaritans. To my Chargan, Leander slowly nods. Then your problem must be fairly serious, and if Cenobium's your first choice, you're searching for a magical solution, aren't you? When my eyes widen, he nods along, as though he suspected all along. I'd be happy to help you out, that is, if you'll tell me what ails you. Leander might not work for the Cenobium, but he is a mage, and a powerful one at that, if his demonstration earlier was any indication. Is that true? Is conjuring a flower, like, hard in this world, or what? Sorry, hold on. Okay, sorry. I'm silent, plagued by indecision. I don't know if I can trust him, but it's not like I have any alternatives. I hate to admit it, but this could be my only path forward. My confession comes out in a pained whisper. I'm cursed. Cursed? Oh, now I'm very curious. What kind of curse? Something ancestral or more recent? He looks me up and down, taking in my face, my eyes, and finally my hands. It's your hands, isn't it? I wait until I'm certain my voice will remain steady before answering. My touch is dangerous. It changes people, hurts them. Before I'm even finished, Leander begins taking his glove off. He tugs his left hand free and flexes his fingers. Let's see it. I don't think this is a great idea. He offers me his hand, and a prismatic flash of magic ripples across his palm. I'm already shrinking backwards. I can't. I don't care how confident Leander is. I can't bring myself to hurt him, to see his kind face twisted into a mask of madness. Believe me, this isn't an ordinary curse. I'll be fine. Perhaps where you came from, your affliction was strange and one of a kind, but spend a year in this city and you'll see thousands of curses and thrice as many cures. Do you really think Curus would send you here if I couldn't handle it? How should I know? I only met him today. As good as any mage in the Cenobium. Better, even. If they can help, so can I. You don't know what you're asking me. I'm asking you to trust me. I look from Leander's outstretched hand to his confident smile. Then, with a sort of breath, I begin unwinding the bandages from my hand. Fine, but if you lose control, don't say I didn't warn you. You can tie me up first if that makes you feel better. With each joint I exposed, I grow more and more certain that this was a terrible idea. Ready when you are. Ugh, I would be upsetty spaghetti. If he's bothered by the way my hands look... Wait. No, yeah, I read that right. If he's bothered by the way my hands work, he doesn't show it. My fingers hover shakily over his palm. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, let's do it. I tap his palm. Wait, hold on. Wait, go back. And save. Me forgetting to save. Oh, it's gonna be such a problem. Yeah. Touch him. Okay, great. I tap his palm once, as quickly as possible. It's barely more than a brush, but that's all it ever takes. When I look at his face, expecting to see the worst, Leander only grins. See? It can't be. This time when I reach out to touch Leander's palm again, he catches my wrist before I can pull away. I told you, there's really nothing to worry about. He trails off when my thumb brushes the soft skin of his inner wrist. I search Leander's face for more traces of madness, but his eyes remain clear, soft, green. Color rises in his cheeks, but he remains still, except for the subtle bobbling. Wow. Stop! You're trying to kiss right now? I'm serious, I swear. Color rises in his cheeks, but he remains still, except for the subtle bobbing of his throat. Neither of us speak as I trace the contours of Leander's palm, lost in an awareness I wasn't prepared for. I've been with other people, kissed them, been embraced by them, and more, but not like this. My fingers, long deprived by years of bandaging, picked up every subtle detail, the grooves of his palm, the smooth shell of his nails, the pulse of his heart. For as long as I've lived, I've never been able to hold someone's hand, not without dire consequences. I never realized what I was missing until this moment. While Leander's pulse is steady, mine is hammering as fear gives way to excitement. No. Do it. Yeah. My hand glides over Leander's wrists and up his forearm, where smooth skin abruptly gives way to the raised scar by the edge of his sleeve. Dude, what if it, times out and then I make him go crazy? Hey, girl. It matches the one that runs from his collar to his cheekbone. Could it be the same wound? Oh, I see. I glance at Leander's face, and his lips part as he considers his words before speaking. Am I the first person you've been able to touch like this? My hand goes still on his arm. So far. I'll admit, your touch does make it somewhat difficult to stay level-headed, but it's not due to your power. He's trying to kiss, guys! He's trying to kiss! He's trying to smooch or whatever. He's trying to smooch. And my lips are pursed. What? He takes my hand. His soft green eyes flick to mine before he turns to inspect the golden fissures crisscrossing my knuckles. Look, we match. He points to the golden pin on his collar. And I give him a small smile. He's trying to kiss. If he betrays me, I'm going to be so sad. I draw my hand back and take a steadying breath. My head feels as though it's stuffed with cotton. Habit alone guides me through the motions of rewrapping my hand, although my fingers tremble a little too much for the bandages to lie flat. I can't believe that worked. May I ask your name? I'm Kay. You were right to hide this from me, Kay. That curse of yours, it's unlike anything I've ever dealt with. I can tell you're discreet, but you'd best not go out showing that off to anyone else. I didn't plan on it. Are you staying in Lowtown? I pause. Room and board was something I haven't considered yet. I don't know. Let's get you properly settled then. Oh, stop. Kiss? What? The Wetwick is noticeably quieter. Without their leader, most of the bloodhounds have dispersed, or in a few cases, fallen asleep besides their drinks. Got any rooms left, or did my lot grab them all to sleep it off? The bartender, who I now realize doubles as an innkeeper, slides a key onto the counter. You know I always keep the corner room open for... Oh, wait. What wish I give him? For your escapades. Oh, okay. For your escapades. Kiss? What? Leander's laugh sounds slightly strained. And I always appreciate it, but you're mistaken. This is just for my friend, Kay. Sure. Stay as long as you'd like. You two have fun. Escapades, huh? Leander clears his throat and then holds the key out to me. But I hesitate. My coin purse barely holds enough for a day's worth of meals, let alone a room. How much do I owe you? Nothing. Bloodhound rates. My treat since you shared your secret. Food, drink, and a warm bed. Anything you need. Carefully, I take the key from him. It's small, but it weighs heavy in my palm. I never expected to have the warmth of a bed in Iridia, let alone free meals. I planned to steal whatever I needed to get by, no matter how dangerous. Thank you. Go explore, Kay. You'll find many roads in Iridia, each leading to different answers. But if you need a reprieve from what haunts you, come find me. Just be careful. I nod, taking one last look at the gleaming bronze key before tucking it into my pocket. The pocket of my cloak, keeping it safe for now. Leander gives me one last friendly wave before I depart. Okay, Slay. The air clings sodden and heavy. Without the morning crowd, the sunless streets look barren and bleak. Even the peddlers are long gone. Only a pair of crows remain quibbling over stale crust in a gutter. I feel a ridiculous pang of envy. At least they've got a reason to fight. I've never felt so lost. Curus and Leander both made it clear that the cenobium can't be trusted. But I came so far, endured so much. I'm telling you, if two people who live in this town tell you not to trust it, I would go with the vibe that you probably can't trust it. Probably. I need to see the cenobium for myself. It's only to satisfy my curiosity. I should have asked someone at the bar for directions before leaving. I'm about to turn back when a shadow passes over me. A cloud, I think, until a pot of hot air tickles the back of my neck. The shadow runs down the street in rivulets. Formless dark spreads like the ink into blotted shapes. Claws stretch. A muzzle splits open to reveal long, jagged teeth. A growl rumbles so low and deep I can feel it. I want to run, to scream, but I feel trapped, as though the slightest movement or single breath will snap the jaws around me shut. No, I won't let it end like this. If I'm gonna die, I want to see what got me first. I steel myself and then turn. Well, that looks like nothing. The shadow vanishes as quickly as it came. I'm left standing in the middle of the street, alone, except for a figure reclining into the shade of a nearby stoop. Meow. A monster. That much is clear from a glance. Well, it kind of just gives Catboy, if I'm being honest. One that could nearly be mistaken for human were it not for the tufted ears, the tail curled around his ankle, or the dust pink eyes. Those are pink? Oh, cute. With a pupil that are sharp. With pupils that sharpen like needles when they fall on me. Our eyes meet, and the monster uncrosses his long legs. His hair gleams a shade of red that reminds me unsettlingly of blood where it curls around his collared throat. Chumpy, aren't you? Okay. Let's give it a... Hold on. Back. So we're gonna give this a... We're gonna give this a good save. Yeah, we're gonna stop here. Oh, stop. Okay. So, this is where I will cut this first part of the game. It seems really cool and really fun. I'm so excited that it's a prologue, because that means there's gonna be more. There's gonna be more. It's gonna be, I knew when I pulled it up that it was gonna be a long prologue. But I'm still, it just looked too good. I liked the art, I liked the vibes. Honestly, I'm gonna just keep looking out of the corner of my eye to see when it comes out. I'm just gonna keep peeking over and over and over again to see. I'm just gonna be like, oh, is it out yet? Is it out yet? Hot man? Stop. Hot fictional man? Girl, please. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.